If you're over 60 and your hands feel cold, stiff, or slightly numb, especially in the morning, you're not alone. Many older adults notice these changes slowly, almost quietly. One day you're reaching for a mug and it feels colder than it should. Another day, your fingers feel slow to respond. Most people brush it off as just aging, but specialists say there's more going on beneath the surface. As we age, circulation naturally changes. Blood vessels can become less flexible, nutrient delivery can slow down, and tiny capillaries in the hands are often the first to show signs of reduced flow. That's why cold or numb hands after 60 are so common. Not dangerous on their own, but definitely worth paying attention to. Here's the part most people never hear. According to health experts, circulation isn't only about the heart. It's also about nutrients, especially vitamins that support nerve signaling, blood vessel function, and oxygen delivery. When certain vitamins run low, the body may struggle to keep extremities warm and responsive. And studies suggest this happens more often in older adults than many realize. The surprising thing, many people over 60 are getting some vitamins, but not always the right ones. Are not informed the body absorbs well with age. Digestion changes, absorption changes, needs change. What worked at 40 may not work the same way. That's why doctors and nutrition experts have started paying closer attention to a small group of vitamins linked to circulation and nerve comfort. Not miracle cures, not instant fixes, but nutrients that may help support healthy blood flow when used correctly and consistently. And no, this isn't about taking more pills or chasing trends. It's about understanding what your body actually needs now at this stage of life. In this video, we're going to break it down clearly and calmly. Why cold, numb hands are so common after, which vitamins experts say may support circulation, how to use them safely without overdoing it, and the one mistake many seniors make that cancels out the benefits. If you've ever wondered why your hands feel colder than they used to, or what you can do about it, stay with me. This information could help you understand your body better and make smarter, safer choices going forward. After 60, many people notice the same pattern. The rest of the body feels fine, but the hands don't cooperate. Fingers feel colder than usual. Grip feels weaker in the morning. Sometimes there's a light tingling or numbness that comes and goes. It's subtle but persistent. This isn't random. As we age, circulation naturally shifts. Blood vessels gradually lose some flexibility. The inner lining of the vessels may not respond as quickly to signals that tell them to widen. When that happens, blood flow to the smallest, farthest areas of the body, like the hands, can slow down first. Hands are circulation endpoint. They depend on a steady supply of oxygen, nutrients, and nerve signals. When delivery slows even slightly, the hands notice before the rest of the body does. That's why cold or numb hands are one of the earliest signs many adults over 60 experience. But circulation isn't only a mechanical issue, it's also a nutritional one. Blood flow depends on more than the heart pumping. It relies on healthy nerves to send signals, healthy blood vessels to respond, and healthy red blood cells to carry oxygen efficiently. All three of those systems depend on specific vitamins. This is where many older adults run into trouble. With age, digestion and absorption change, stomach acid levels may decline. Certain medications interfere with nutrient uptake. Appetite may shrink. Even people who eat well can slowly develop low or borderline levels of key vitamins involved in circulation and nerve comfort. When that happens, the body adapts, but not perfectly. Nerves may transmit signals more slowly. Blood vessels may not relax as efficiently. Oxygen delivery to the hands may drop, just enough to cause coldness, stiffness, or numb sensations. Not severe enough to cause alarm, but enough to affect daily comfort. Health experts often point to a small group of vitamins that play a supporting role here. Vitamins that help nerves communicate clearly. Vitamins involved in red blood cell production. Vitamins that support healthy blood vessel function. These nutrients don't force circulation. They support the systems that make circulation possible. And that distinction matters. Many people make the mistake of looking for a quick fix, something that promises instant warmth or dramatic change. But the body doesn't work that way, especially after 60. Real improvement usually comes from consistent support over time. Another common mistake is focusing on only one nutrient. Circulation and nerve comfort are not one vitamin problems. They're system problems. That's why experts often talk about balance, using the right vitamins in appropriate amounts. and pairing them with simple lifestyle habits that reinforce blood flow. Things like gentle daily movement, staying hydrated, keeping hands warm instead of exposing them to cold stress, and avoiding excessive doses that can backfire. Safety is especially important after more is not always better. Some vitamins can cause unwanted effects if taken in high amounts or combined improperly with medications. That's why doctors often recommend checking levels first and choosing forms the body tolerates well. The goal isn't stimulation. The goal is supporting circulation, means helping the body do what it already knows how to do, just a little more efficiently. Supporting nerve comfort means giving nerves the nutrients they rely on to function calmly and clearly. When those systems are supported, many people notice small but meaningful changes. Hands warming more easily, less morning stiffness, better comfort during daily tasks, not overnight, but gradually. When doctors and nutrition experts talk about circulation after 60, they don't usually point to one magic pill. Instead, they focus on a small group of vitamins that work quietly in the background, supporting nerves, blood vessels, and oxygen delivery. These nutrients don't force blood flow. They help the body maintain the systems that make healthy circulation possible. Let's walk through the vitamins most often discussed in this context and why they matter more as we age. Vitamin B12 is often the first nutrient experts mention when cold or numb hands come up after why? Because B12 plays a key role in two systems directly linked to circulation comfort. Nerve signaling, red blood cell formation. Healthy nerves help blood vessels respond properly to temperature changes. Healthy red blood cells help carry oxygen efficiently to the hands and fingers. When B12 levels are low or even borderline, both systems can become less efficient. Here's the challenge. As we age, B12 absorption often declines. Reduced stomach acid, digestive changes, and common medications can all interfere with how well B12 is absorbed from food. That's why many adults over 60 have lower levels without realizing it. Experts often suggest checking B12 levels before supplementing and choosing forms that are easier for older bodies to use. Also, as vitamin B6 is involved in nerve function and amino acid metabolism. In simple terms, it helps nerves communicate smoothly and efficiently. When nerve signaling is disrupted, sensations like tingling, numbness, or temperature sensitivity may become more noticeable, especially in the hands. That said, B6 is a vitamin where balance matters. Too little may affect nerve comfort. Too much taken long term can also cause problems. This is why doctors emphasize moderate, appropriate intake, especially after folate works closely with B12 and red blood cell production. Together, they help ensure oxygen can be delivered efficiently throughout the body, including to the hands. Low folate levels may contribute to sluggish circulation over time. Experts often view folate not as a standalone solution, but as part of a balanced B vitamin approach. Vitamin D is most commonly associated with bones, but researchers have also explored its role in blood vessel health. Some studies suggest vitamin D may support the flexibility and function of blood vessels. After 60, when vitamin D levels often decline, this support may become more relevant. As vitamin D is fat-soluble, dosing should be thoughtful and guided by blood levels when possible. Vitamin E is known for its antioxidant properties. Experts sometimes discuss it in relation to circulation because it helps protect cells from oxidative stress, including cells lining blood vessels. The goal here isn't stimulation, but protection, helping vessels stay responsive over time. Again, moderation matters. High doses are not automatically better. One important point experts consistently make is this: circulation and nerve comfort are system issues, not single vitamin issues. That's why doctors often prefer balanced approaches rather than megadoses of one nutrient. B vitamins, for example, tend to work best when they're in balance with each other. Knowing which vitamins may support circulation is only part of the picture. After 60, how you use them matters just as much as what you use. Many older adults don't run into problems because vitamins don't work, but because they're used incorrectly, inconsistently, or without understanding how aging changes the body. The first thing experts emphasize is testing before guessing. Vitamin levels can vary widely from person to person. Two people eating similar diets may have very different absorption. Blood tests, especially for vitamins like B12 and D, can help guide safer, more effective choices. This step helps avoid unnecessary supplementation and reduces the risk of overdoing it. Another key issue is absorption. As we age, digestion slows, stomach acid may decline, and certain medications interfere with nutrient uptake. That means swallowing a vitamin doesn't guarantee your body is using it efficiently. Experts often recommend forms of vitamins that are easier to absorb and gentler on the digestive system, especially for B vitamins. Consistency matters more than intensity. Many people take vitamins sporadically, starting, stopping, or doubling doses when they don't feel immediate results. Circulation and nerve comfort don't respond well to that approach. These systems tend to respond slowly to steady support. Small, regular doses used consistently over time are generally favored over high doses taken occasionally. Safety is especially important with B vitamins and fat-soluble vitamins. For example, vitamin B6 is helpful in appropriate amounts, but excessive intake over long periods can cause nerve-related issues, the opposite of what most people want. Vitamin D, while important, can accumulate in the body if taken in excess. That's why balance and guidance matter. Another mistake experts often see is ignoring interactions. Supplements can interact with common medications used after 60, including blood pressure medications, diabetes drugs, and acid-reducing medications. This doesn't mean supplements are unsafe, but it does mean coordination matters. Lifestyle habits play a supporting role that vitamins can't replace. Gentle daily movement helps encourage blood flow to the hands. Staying hydrated helps blood move more easily through small vessels. Protecting hands from cold stress reduces the demand on circulation systems that are already working harder with age. It's also important to manage expectations. Vitamins support the body. They don't override it. Improvements, when they happen, tend to be gradual. Many people notice small changes first. Hands warming more easily, less morning stiffness, improved comfort during daily tasks. These changes often appear over weeks, not days. Finally, experts stress that discomfort in the hands should never be ignored completely. Persistent or worsening numbness, color changes, or pain should always be discussed with a healthcare professional. Vitamins can support comfort, but they are not a substitute for medical evaluation when symptoms are severe or progressive. Vitamins can support circulation, but they work best when the body is given the right daily conditions. After 60, small habits often make a bigger difference than dramatic changes. A goal isn't to push the body harder, it's to help it work more efficiently and comfortably. One of the most important habits is gentle daily movement. You don't need intense exercise to encourage circulation to the hands. Simple activities like walking, light stretching, or slow arm movements help signal blood vessels to stay responsive. Even opening and closing your hands a few times a day can encourage blood flow to the fingers. Hydration is another overlooked factor. Blood is mostly water. When the body is even mildly dehydrated, blood can become slightly thicker and harder to move through small vessels. Many older adults drink less water without realizing it. Sipping fluids throughout the day, rather than waiting until you feel thirsty, helps support smoother circulation. Temperature awareness also matters more after cold environments cause blood vessels in the hands to narrow, reducing blood flow. Wearing light gloves in cooler weather, keeping hands warm indoors, and avoiding prolonged exposure to cold surfaces can reduce unnecessary strain on circulation systems. This simple step often brings noticeable comfort. Posture and positioning play a role as well. Keeping arms and hands in the same position for long periods, such as resting them in the lap or sleeping with wrists bent, can temporarily reduce circulation. Changing positions regularly, gently stretching fingers, and avoiding prolonged pressure on the wrists can help maintain flow. Nutrition beyond vitamins matters too. Balanced meals that include healthy fats, fiber, and adequate protein help support blood vessel health and steady energy delivery. Skipping meals or relying heavily on processed foods may make circulation feel less stable throughout the day. Stress management is often underestimated. Stress triggers the body's tightening response, causing blood vessels to narrow. Chronic stress can make cold hands more noticeable. Simple calming practices, slow breathing, short breaks, quiet moments can help the nervous system relax, allowing circulation to respond more normally. Sleep quality also affects circulation. Or sleep can interfere with how the nervous system regulates blood flow. Creating a consistent sleep routine, keeping the bedroom comfortable, and addressing sleep disruptions can indirectly support better circulation during waking hours. Finally, it's important to pay attention to patterns. If cold or numb hands improve with warmth, movement, and hydration, that's a helpful signal. If symptoms persist, worsen, or appear suddenly, it's always wise to discuss them with a healthcare provider. Daily habits support comfort, but they don't replace proper evaluation when something doesn't feel right. By now, one thing should be clear: cold or numb hands after 60 are common, but they're not something you have to ignore or simply live with. In many cases, they reflect small, gradual changes in circulation, nerve signaling, and nutrient absorption that happen naturally with age. The good news is that these systems often respond well to steady, thoughtful support. We've seen how circulation isn't just about the heart pumping blood. It's about how well blood vessels respond, how efficiently nerves send signals, and how effectively oxygen and nutrients reach the hands. Vitamins play a role in supporting these processes, but only when they're used correctly and as part of a bigger picture. B vitamins like B12, B6, and folate support nerve communication and red blood cell health. Vitamin D and vitamin E may help support blood vessel function and cellular protection. None of these are quick fixes, and none work in isolation. Their value comes from balance, consistency, and safety, especially after. Just as important are the daily habits that allow these vitamins to do their job. Gentle movement keeps blood flowing to the hands. Staying hydrated helps circulation move smoothly through small vessels. Protecting your hands from cold stress reduces unnecessary strain. The managing stress, improving sleep, and paying attention to posture all quietly support healthier circulation over time. One of the most important takeaways is this: more is not better. After 60, the body responds best to moderate, well-chosen support rather than high doses or constant changes. That's why experts often recommend checking vitamin levels, choosing absorbable forms, and coordinating supplements with healthcare providers, especially if medications are involved. It's also important to listen to your body. Small improvements, hands warming more easily, less stiffness in the morning, better comfort during daily activities, often show up gradually. These changes may seem minor, but over time they can make daily life more comfortable and predictable. At the same time, it's essential to know when vitamins and habits aren't enough. Persistent, worsening, or sudden changes in hand sensation, color, or strength should always be discussed with a medical professional. Supporting circulation is about working with your body, not ignoring warning signs. If you're over 60 and dealing with cold or numb hands, the goal isn't perfection. It's understanding what's changing, what supports your body now, and how to make informed, safe choices that fit your life. As always, this information is meant to educate and support, not replace professional advice. But with the right knowledge, many adults find they can feel more in control, more comfortable, and more confident about how they care for their health after